All right, welcome back to the show, hour number 2. Look at this guy, Ken. Ken, your guru, the weatherman himself.
I'm nervous.
From
Look,
Opensnow.
I'm like arranging things, and I get nervous when he's coming around. What's up?
Good to see you, man.
Do you know that was awkward?
Yeah.
Good to see you. It's just awesome to have him. For years, I stole your forecasts.
That's okay, because I like you. Yeah.
It's good to have you up here.
Good to be here.
And Joel, we qualified, though, we all say, according to Joel, according to Opensnow.com. So it's not like we are claiming them. We're just saying that this is thanks to Joel. This is where the weather's going to be. This is what we're looking at. So you've been around for just a little bit. You got to go on a nice hike the other day and kind of enjoy just a little downtime. But you're still working. You're still forecasting stuff, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah. And people think that, all I do is make a forecast in the morning and then kind of cruise through the rest of the day. And running the business, Opensnow is now, it was rooted here initially in Colorado, but now we're national and even international. So it takes some time to run the whole business, and 4 full-time people and a bunch of contractors. So do a lot of weather, but a lot of other stuff as well.
You ever get any hate mail?
Absolutely.
We get it here when we mess up a forecast. For you, you have such a huge following.
That's what keeps me honest. Honestly, it's awesome just to see the feedback from people, positive and negative. And when I get it wrong, that's more motivation to figure it out and get it better next time.
Well, yeah, but it's like also getting it wrong is, it's not the easiest thing for you to do. We just report the weather. We don't forecast it. We don't study what you guys study.
I just say that's what Joel said.
So this is interesting, though. So last time when you came in, we talked about how you guys and your team and all the other meteorologists come up with these predictions. And you said, we look at the ocean temperatures, which I'm fascinated by because that's a huge, think about that. You got to dive in the ocean with a thermometer.
Where do you find the time?
That's why I'm so busy. Actually, I'm out there. I'm scuba certified. No, there are buoys. Actually, thanks to our tax dollars, honestly, over the last couple of decades, we've been able, and other countries have been able to put out buoys that are stationary around the world and measure ocean temperatures. And also, it's satellites that we put up since the 70s that measure ocean temperatures. So all of this weather tech has really just come about in the last couple of decades. This is relatively new, and it's helped us quite a bit.
I think a lot of people appreciate the fact that you pinpoint your forecast, like specific for Vail or Beaver Creek. I remember the day out here. Vail didn't probably like it too much, but you were like, Beaver Creek's going to get probably twice as much snow today, and all of a sudden, bam, it hit right behind you, and you were just going off your phone.
Yeah, and there are certain little tricks of the trade. Wind direction, you can watch radar for certain cells. But this is just, this has been a love of mine, and it started with being mad at not being able to forecast my powder days a decade ago and saying, come on, I can do better than this, and I went to school for this, and I love meteorology, and I have since I was a kid, and it was a scratch-your-own-itch type of business, and I'm just thrilled that it is a real business now, and we're having fun with it.
I'll put it out there. I believe that between you and the Epic Pass, you are Opensnow and the Epic Pass are two of some of the biggest driving forces of bringing front range skiers up to the mountains. Whether that's positive or negative, depending on who you talk to, but it's busier because people do rely on your forecast. They're like, hey man, Joel says tomorrow morning it's going to hit. I've got my inexpensive mountain pass. I'm going to go up there.
Well, and I love getting information out there, and nothing makes me happier than saying we have all of this scientific data kind of locked up in websites and on government sites, and giving it to people and having them understand what to do with it, and saying, hey, Powder Day Tuesday. And we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but just putting that information out there a couple days in advance to allow people to say, you know what, love to go up to Vail, Beaver Creek and get a Powder Day.
One more question. I know we have to wrap it up. How many people are checking out your website every day? It's a two-part question.
Well, over the season, we've got about 1 to 2 million people that hit the site over the course of a season. So we figure that's about 10 to 20% of the U.S. skier population.
Would you allow me to do a little public service announcement, like a little video in the corner that
anything for you
that reminds people to stay out of the left lane? That's all. Here's your public service announcement from Ken Hovey when you're driving from the 303 to the 970.
Here's the biggest public service. You want the biggest one? Get snow tires.
Yes.
Get snow tires. Honestly, I came from the East Coast 15 years ago. I thought snow tires were BS. I have my all-season tires. No big deal. Snow tires are worth their weight in gold. Pay the $400 or $500. It is incredible.
Testimonial.
And I'm not getting paid by anybody to say that. I would never drive in the mountains in the winter without snow tires.
Thank you, Joel. Or in the left lane.
Or in the left lane.
Thank
All right,
sir.
these two are going to gabber in the background. Joel's going to stick around and do some weather reports with Ken and myself. We're taking a break from the show. When we come back, we're going to give you some information on some beautiful, impeccable rugs
see you,
and
buddy.
some impeccable, sophisticated jewelry, weather, and so much more. You're watching Good Morning Vail on TVA.